show each other what we've been working on?
Yes. Bear with me
Okay.
a moment. Have you done
Very
any?
early prototyping. No, you've got them. I mean, I've done a little bit of tweaking, but nothing to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Cool. Just let me
Oh,
open up
and Jessica
Godot.
found the website for the veil. Thank you, Jessica. So yeah, very early prototyping. I was just playing around with ideas. But we've been playing with the procedural weapons idea. So Mikey made a small selection of sword blades and hilts and pommels. The terminology is not entirely right. When we say hilt, we're including the guard and the grip, but hilt and pommel. So we've got these three things, each with multiple versions, and I've devised a system where each one has materials which
Yep.
have qualities to them. And then we've got a scene where we can generate these randomly, and you generate the physical object spinning around in 3D, and then a
Yep.
description of it, including what it's made of, how much damage it does, and what it's worth.
Sounds good. I'm going to show it in a second, but Jan might disappear when I switch
Oh! Can
sources.
you okay that link from Jessica? Because she's just posted a web link, but of course she's not an admin, so it won't show to anybody else.
Bear with me a moment.
Or she
I
can Discord it to me.
I don't see it.
You don't see it. It's right there in the chat.
Nope, not in my chat.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, if you
She
can
can send
see
it
it,
to
just
me.
copy and paste it.
I can't see it, but
Oh, okay. Then right, bear with me a moment as I switch over. Okay, so hopefully now everybody can still hear me. They can see the screen, and all being well, you can still hear Jan as well. Jan,
la 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 la.
brilliant. I think that's good. People
All right.
confirm in the chat if that's the case. Let's go ahead and click play.
We should point out as well that I was showing Mikey how how expandable the system was, and
Yeah.
he made a new material. So one of the materials you are going to see is Mikey's amazing material of amazingness.
So we've got a couple of extra things here. Have any of these been pushed yet to the
No.
itch.io? Okay. Oh, cool. I'm going to turn the audio down that's coming from the game, just so it's not being too much. So we've got a couple of new things here. Preview weapons is the brand new one.
Yeah, the other one isn't linked on the menu. You have to go to it manually.
So this is obviously very early and will change massively anyway with God of 4 anyway. But the idea here is we've got materials in the background, and we've also got damage associated with the parts. So at the moment, you can see here that we've got this copper color on both the sword blade and the handle. So it's a
Right.
pure Mikey's Awesome material that is awesome, which is the
Right. So
material
there are
name.
two materials that each weapon, that each sword currently can have. There's one on the edge of the blade and one on the center.
Yep.
And they actually have different impact on the value and on the damage. If they're both the same, it will call it a pure one. I've realized I've forgotten to put randomize in the script, which is why this one showed up first for both of them. But it's good because that's a good example. But if Mikey presses space, we can get a new one.
I think I might have broken the code earlier because they're all pure awesomes.
That's interesting. All right. Let's take a look at your sword generator scene. Hot
My
code.
sword generator scene. So let's go
Can
in
you share your
here.
screen with me?
I think I can. Hold on a second.
Because I've got a 30-second delayed.
That is very true. So if I do that, you might hear me twice. I'm not sure.
No. Perfect. Okay, so if you go to Swordmaker.
Sword maker.
No, what is it called?
Here we go.
Random sword. There it is. Yeah. Open that and click on the top node.
Yeah, earlier on this
You've only got
metals.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the array
so,
size is one.
Go to on your file systems. I'm going to type in weapon material. One word. Okay,
Yep.
and drag all of those through except for template.
Template.
So just use control and unselect weapon.
Template. There we go.
Template. Yeah.
So and drag.
Wait.
Oh, but I want to do it. Whoop.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Go for it.
And pop it in metals. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now run it.
Hey. Just checking because I can't see the chat at the moment. Can people still hear us?
Roderick says all good.
Good. Nice. So previewing the weapons, now we're going to have more than one. So
There
this
we
is a
go.
sword made of iron and bone. It does 83 damage and worth 38 gold. So all of these are going to be
Wooden bone.
wood and bone.
So already we're starting to get some interesting ideas. And the idea is you can see when you look at it, is this something I want to keep? We can put in more attributes as we go. And maybe a flag for, if it's an enchanted weapon, which would be a very rare thing. But as a sort of first pass to generating these weapons, I'm kind of happy with it. It's very easy to expand. We can make the materials. I mean, the material is a scene. It's in fact its own class.
I love how simple, and of course these
You should
completely
read some of
random
these
each
out.
time.
Yeah.
Nice. Platinum
Oh,
and gemstone.
now you'll notice on the blade there's the thin part on the edge of the blade, and then the main part of the blade. The main part of the blade, there's more of that material, so that affects the value, and the actual cutting edge has less impact on the value. It still impacts the value, but more impact on the damage. So a steel and gold sword is not the same as a gold and steel sword.
Here we go. We've got a sword made of pure gold, which does 30 damage because gold is quite soft, but it's probably worth a lot more than some of the other weapons.
Right. These values, by the way, I haven't balanced them out,
No,
but
we got bone and wood, steel and copper. That's a nice blade.
it's pretty. This is a
Pure
nice blade.
Wethril.
Yeah, we thrill. It's like me thrill, but it's more inclusive. You're welcome.
All bone and iron. Nice. So yes,
So
this is
already we're getting some nice looking weapons. I mean, this is very first pass. The actual models will have to be standardized and changed. And right now we don't have them in the actual game itself. We just have the standalone scene. We've also been playing a little bit with, and I don't really think we have anything fun to show you with this, with how to generate an icon based on two icons and recoloring the pixels based on the material.
I think that's one for when we've polished it out and we're
Yeah, I
to a
mean,
point that
I
yeah.
spent a lot of today just playing with the image class and seeing how it works and what we can do with it. And there's a lot of fun things you can do with it.
Yes, the
Um,
documentation unfortunately on the image
I mean,
class
the
is
documentation is okay. There's no tutorials that I can find that are that helpful for what I'm trying to do. Golden gemstone.
worth quite a bit.
I mean, it would be. The pommel.
72 damage. That is pretty awesome.
I mean, sure.
That's a very bright weapon.
I mean, there's also things we could do, like if the edge of the blade is bone, it does more damage to skeletons or less damage to skeletons. I mean, there's things you could put in, but right now we're just trying to keep it reasonably simple.
Yeah. There we go.
So yeah, that was a thing that we've been working on. I'm kind of happy with it so far. It's also very nice to see. I mean, we've got what, 4 hilts, 6 blades, 4 pommels, and put in a bunch of materials, and suddenly you've got, especially as the materials aren't just here's a spatial material. It's
Yeah.
a weapon material is a name, a material, a value, and a damage, and anything else we want to add in later. So it actually has an impact on the thing.
It was quite fun. Was it today or the other day? I can't remember. We were playing around with the weapons. It was the other day. Over the weekend? I can't remember. But we've obviously got these weapons being randomly generated in Blender and exporting. So we've got this point at which you could take them out and just incorporate them in your game. You could curate them after they've been randomly generated. But we're obviously going to take that a step further and take those parts out of Blender, and then, as Jan's put together here, is scripting actually putting them together completely randomly with the random damage, its cost. What were we talking about earlier? Was it magic? If
It
it's an
can be
enchanted
magic
weapon, so
if it's an enchanted weapon. We were also
these can be
thinking about
expanded. That's the
when you're
awesome thing.
doing magic weapons like wands, we could have a system whereby specific material in slot 1
Yeah.
has a specific effect, and slot 2 might be the heavy effect. So you might spend time looking for a golden gemstone wand because you want that specific effect.
Yes, we were talking about earlier as well today whether or not we have the weapon itself, as in the wand in this case, when it comes to magic, being the source of the type of damage that it does. So you would need perhaps a fire wand to cast a fire spell. It's not something that the magician themselves within the game would actually know, the wizard. It would be actually down to the thing that they were holding.
And I quite like that. And I like the idea that, wands can be used by magic users, but when you're doing spells, the material matters. Whereas if you're an explorer or a warrior, so you're using the two-handed blades or the one-handed blade, the materials have different meaning to you. Like they should still be meaningful,
Mm.
but it might be, for instance, which heavy attack you do or how kind of damage it does.
Yeah. It's amazing the number of options that suddenly opened up earlier on.
I know. It's a fun little system, and actually just procedure generating weapons and effects like that is just fun. I did consider making a name generator. It's like, it's not really a priority right now, and I don't know that I could justify spending 2 days just thinking of fun names for swords.
Well, we can outsource that to the people watching and the rest of the community because that's the sort of thing that could be a lot of fun.
I
We
mean,
could
sure.
we could run a
Yep.
competition, get your sword named or axe.
Yep.
I mean, we're not axist.
Well, I don't mean. I'm not saying I'm going to come up with a name for a sword. I mean, come up with an algorithm that can name a sword.
Oh, here we were having Bob Tastic and his Bob sword.
Right. So if it's bone, then maybe Bob is one of the possible components.
Poor Bob.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be against Bob.
I still wish. I
It could be
still
the
think we should have
Bobalicious
Bob
Pig Smacker.
flying.
I mean, we absolutely should.
That'd be amazing.
Yep. So meanwhile, been